Hello, I'm John Bachman. This is your Newsmax Now update. Right now, Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel and the Joint Chief Chairman Martin Dempsey are holding a news conference. Hagel started out by expressing condolences for James Foley. He also addressed the revelations that the U.S. military tried but failed to rescue U.S. hostages held by militants in neighboring Syria earlier this year. Hagel said even though the mission failed, he's proud of efforts by U.S. Special Forces, and he said U.S.-led airstrikes have helped blunt the march of ISIS across northern Iraq and Syria. Hagel also mentioned a longer-term strategy to fight ISIS in the Middle East. As you can see, it's still going on. We'll have more on this news conference coming up a little bit later today. Meantime, Attorney General Eric Holder earlier today announced that the Justice Department is launching a vigorous investigation into the beheading of journalist James Foley. Holder says that America will not forget what happened, and he made the statement alongside FBI Director James Comey, whose agency is launching that worldwide manhunt for the killers.
We'll work with our law enforcement, our intelligence, and our military partners to try to bring justice to the Foley family and bring the full force of the United States to bear on these savages.
The FBI director also added that he is confident the U.S. government will be able to bring justice to ISIS militants. ISIS has previously demanded more than $132 million in ransom for the release of Foley. Meanwhile, the ISIS spokesman who said the organization would raise its flag at the White House is now dead. According to a pro-ISIS Twitter account, the militant's top PR man, Abu Mosa, was killed during a Syrian airstrike yesterday. Mosa became one of the leading forces of ISIS after allowing a journalist from Vice News, an HBO show, to film a documentary about the al-Qaeda-inspired terrorist. Now, defense officials say they are outraged over the Obama administration's release of information dealing with that botched rescue mission of U.S. hostages, which we talked about in that news conference. A national security spokeswoman says the administration did not want to reveal the rescue operation, but it was forced to do so by media outlets that were preparing to report on the attempted missions. Earlier today, the former CIA agent Fred Russman was here on Newsmax TV and told us that the Obama administration's decision to release information about the failed mission was a calculated move.
The thing about these covert actions is they are covert. The sources and methods are covert. They are not to be released. And the only reason I can see that this was released was for the administration to say, see, we're trying. It's just another political stunt.
A political stunt, said Russman. He added that ISIS should be, quote, annihilated. Well, the Justice Department also said it reached a deal today with Bank of America. The DOJ announced a $16.5 billion settlement with the bank over its role in the sale of those mortgage-backed securities. The deal calls for B of A to pay a $5 billion penalty to provide relief to struggling homeowners. We'll have more coming up here very soon later on today. I'm John Bachman. This has been your Newsmax Now update. Now back to the Steve Malzberg Show.